Hey guys, welcome back to The Rise. We said we are going to come back for the part 2, second part of Mr. Honorable, Mheshimiwa Peter Wanjohi. Welcome back again, Baba.
Thank you.
Asante sana. So, now I wanted to know about politics. When did you decide that you wanted to do politics for you?
Actually in 2016, that's when niliona kama I have that calling ya kuingia into siasa. But then I was young. I think 2016, how what's the duration of time from 2016? I think it's 8 years or 8 years. 8 years ago. So I think 8 years ago, I think I was 24 years or something. 24 or 25 there. That's when I decided actually.
What made you, like, you just decided, like, kuna kitu ilifanyika, like, kwa maisha or?
Kwa maisha, it's just, one, the motivating factor is that we just want to help. We just want to provide solution where it can be provided. Basically, if you're called into politics, you must be having that as a motivating factor. If you fail to have that as a motivating factor, ukae uone maybe umeenda kutafuta pesa, you'll get it wrong, very wrong. You'll get it very wrong. But maybe in 2015 there, after nione kwamba kuna some inefficiencies in our whole structure, political structure and leadership structure that is in Kenya. So I decided to start small by being an MCA.
So before even, you never felt like, yes, you're doing business again now you're going to this politics thing. Hauko unaona ni kama itakuwa too much kwako, like you or because now you said like you already settled 5 years ulikuwa umejua kila kitu kiko sawa?
At that time I wasn't settled that economically. But again, I told you start small from where you can. So by the time I was buying, I was still very active into business. I started from small. My first campaign wasn't that posh. So something kwenda unaongelesha watu duka by duka.
Na nikuulize venye unafanya hiyo campaign, sometimes when you don't have money, give me an example, like the first time you were doing the campaign, you didn't have any. Yes, you had your own money small from business, but because you didn't know about politics, you thought like you can just go and talk to people and or that's how you started for you?
Basically, I used to know that you need to have some money in politics. And there's a lot of big difference between business and politics. Because politics is where you invest with no hope of having that return of your capital. While business, save for now,
at least
let's talk of something which the chances are so minimum.
Yes,
you'll get your money back with profit. But in politics, you just get to prepare for the war. So I had money, but not that big money. I did my campaign, I used some money, and I failed. The first time I failed. And my money was gone.
Give me like the money. What is when you say like you needed money for the campaign? Tell me, hiyo pesa, where does it go? Like inafanya vitu kama nini? Give me example too, like, because mimi naweza taka kujua, like, okay, you have the money.
Yeah, basically from an African setting.
Yes.
When you go to politics, now you'll need to have some cash. Cash in this sense. First of all, even the preparation itself, to even going to that place, it's money. You'll need fuel for your car or cars. You'll be having security. You'll be having an MC. You'll be having a pastor. You'll be having a lot of guys around you who must be paid at the end of the day. Number two, when you get to actually see your constituent, it's a fact that when you talk to them, they'll be able actually to part with something small from you. Something small from you will depend on how placed you are. there's some time you could go to a place and you get like 100 people whom you'll spend like 100 shillings each. That's pretty 10K at a go. And that's not the only meeting that you'll be having. Say in a day you could be having 4, 3. So in a typically day, that is 10,000 times 3, that is 30,000 a day.
So that's what you used to do on your first campaign. That is.
Yes, and I didn't have money. I just decided to use everything of my saving from my business to actually do my campaign. Which broke me again. It really broke me. Because I entered into politics with the hope that now I'll be able to secure the seat, then maybe I'll be able to have my capital back, maybe from salary or something. But I failed. A typical roadshow, for example, if you have to conduct a roadshow, which is so pomp, and it must have everything. It must have everything that takes money. It will take between 300 to 500,000. That's a roadshow, which you will need to, in a campaign, you will need to do like three. So even for a roadshow alone, the least money is 300,000 on an event. So you times by 3, that is 900,000. So on a roadshow alone, your budget is 900,000.
Aye.
And now you haven't counted the cars, your guys, the lunch, posters, your subscription fee to parties. It's a whole about branding. There was huge money.
Then I can say becoming a politician, then it's like something that inaingia inakuwa kama cult, because mheshimiwa kutumia hiyo pesa and you're just removing it from your workplace. Then it means like politics, if it enters somebody, inaingia kama ni kama dawa ya kulevya, inaingia kwa kichwa kabisa.
Now see, everyone in politics, every contender knows that he's going to win. Even if you are 30, everyone is assured of winning. Everyone dreams of winning. And at the end of the day, if you having 30 candidates and the winner will be one, whoever gets rewarded is just number one. Number 2 goes home like just number 30. What is the chance? 1 over 30 times 100 of winning. That is 0.03. So when you enter into politics, just know that you have like 0.5 chance of winning. The 99 point something, you are going to fail. So when you go with that conception that actually you're going to just go and do what you're supposed to do, but again, you know that there's a high probability that you're going to fail, then that becomes better. But when you are sure that you're going to win, my friend, I've seen a lot of people taking suicide as an option after politics. After the results, you'll know every politician has his own supporters. And what makes someone even to lose life after election is the fact that you are assured by each and every person that you met that they're going to vote for you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you.
And everyone, you are championed before each and everyone.
The first time when
everyone will be singing about your name.
How did you feel? Tell me the first time you failed. Like
everyone will be singing.
Your health, like your mental health, how did you manage?
Oh my, it's depressing. It's very depressing. I used to have a friend whom I'll not name, who ended up taking poison.
Wow.
Yes, we vied with him. We used a lot of money. You will get a guy getting to sell even matatus. Other going to sell their plot had earned money in the context that they're going to win and maybe recover.
Oh my God.
Then when you fail, then that's when now people will start laughing at you, mocking you. Even your wife will have some question to to respond to your wife. It's not a light thing. Even at our contenders who want to join siasa, especially now the youth, I do not seem to scare you, but it's something that you need to think through and through, and ask yourself: that is your calling? Is that something that you want to do? Otherwise, we'll be having suicide cases. Well, now you have a lot of supporters. Then when the ballot box gets to be open, and then you call your agents, asking them, how are things going? How are things going? And then you're being told you have one vote. And you yourself, you vote at that place. So that one vote is yours. Maybe your wife votes at that polling station.
Oh my
God.
God.
Which means your wife never even voted for you.
Even your wife didn't even do it for you. Oh.
Because at the end of the day, it will be open.
Yeah.
And because it's a secret, then, with all fairness, the electorate are so learned. They'll tend to look at a person and scrutinize a person so well.
Yeah.
The reason why they'll vote for you is with the reason that you possess certain traits which are very admirable to them as compared to others. But everyone is a material, is a leader.
Yeah.
But there must be one leader at a given election.
Yeah.
You can remember the story of Kioni. I think it's Kioni, deputizing Musalia Mudavadi. And then Musalia Mudavadi in that polling station never got any vote. So which means even the deputy, his own deputy never voted for him. So everyone will want to lift you up while in the process. You lose your money, you lose your strength, but the due date, that is when now you'll get to understand that you can never trust your electorate so much. What they say.
So that is something you learned from the first when you failed the first one.
And what they'll do is very different things.
Yes.
They might be praising you, but at the end of the day, just know that they're comparing you to another candidate, whom that candidate will be having more superior qualities than you. Then they end up voting for you. And then voting also entails a lot of things. A lot of things is needed. Is looked upon by the electorate. They don't just look you for the reason that you want. You just ask them for votes. As I told you, and your wife, will fail to give
your wife is
vote.
Forgetting to. Okay, so the first time you failed, you went and.
So the first time I vied against the incumbent MCA, I was number 3. I never got a lot of votes. Not as what I was expecting. Because I was expecting actually to win. I ended up getting like 600 votes against the incumbent who had 2,000 votes, whom, in my view, while campaigning, was very unpopular. You could never hear the electorate telling you about the incumbent. I think from the way I was seeing that election, I used to think that the race was between whoever was number 2. Back then, it was famous. It was called Sam Keys and me. But yes, our total votes combined could not even surpass the incumbent. I think he got like 1,000 votes or something. So even if you could have combined the two of us, we were unable. We could have been unable to reach the incumbent. And then I got a bit depressed. I had used my entire savings. It had eaten into my business. I had several loans that I had took. And now I was there.
Put me to that day that you've already lost. Now, money is not there. What is going on in your head? Like, did you continue with your business? What was, I want to understand. Nataka kuelewa venye ulijua sasa imeisha. Today is the counting votes is gone. You know, like you already failed. Where did you get the motivation?
Yeah, the motivation is one, you have to appreciate. At the end of the day, you have to appreciate
even those people
that
who just give it to you.
there's a role of electorates that they play, and one of the roles is actually to look upon you, the whole candidates, and get actually to pick the best among them. And in the event that then you are not picked, then it's democracy. So at the end of the day, when I had used all my earnings and all my savings, and the electorates never seemed to agree with me and my policies as opposed to the incumbent, I just thank them. I thank them for the votes I got. I got 600, and I had managed to convince those 600.
Okay.
And it was,
you took it
was
the way you told me in part one, the way you told me, like every time you used to do business, when you want to do something, you have to go, and the way you are saying, like you can be walking somewhere and you see people are complaining about, oh, this place, the rain always rains so much. You go and buy, you start selling the umbrellas. So for you, you knew, okay, at least I've gotten 600 people that at least voted for.
At least I had 600 people whom I can count on. Who had extremely good faith in me against 3,600 who maybe voted or something like that, because others never got so much votes. At the end of the day, I also looked at the last candidate who had one vote. The one who was number 15 out of 15. Now he had only one vote. I could imagine what was going into his own mind. Does he have friends? Does he have a wife? Does he have children? Because I understand he's a grown-up man with adult children. So you can imagine a situation whereby you're not even able to convince your family, your kid and wife to vote for you. Then how able are you to convince the electorates to believe in you?
Yeah, it's true.
It depresses, keeping in mind that you have used a lot of money. But again, at the end of the day, when you lose, you just go back to your work. Where you got that money will still give you another money.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, again, after the first time, you went and vied for the second time. Then again, where did you get that power again? After you saw what happened the first time, what did you think like you were going to do different than the first time you did?
Where I got the energy. A politician will always be a politician. Even if there's a position of a village elder, which is not payable, which is not remunerated. A politician will always go to ask for votes, even without minding how much money or how much remuneration will be coming from that work. Number two, you'll be having supporters whom will get you out from that blanket, from that discomfort zone, and tell you the reason why they want you to be their leader. And what amazes is everyone, if you're 15, everyone will be told, just go and vie. This is your chance. Everyone will be lifted so high.
So it's like you forgot about what happened.
You just, with time is a healer of everything.
Yeah, it's true.
With time, 1 year, 2 years, when you get your
back
things
to where
together,
you are,
and you get your money back from the work, then time is a healer.
So how did it go for the second one?
So for the second time, it was sad that we lost the incumbent whom we were competing him. Mheshimiwa Peter Chomba. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
We lost him through very unclear circumstances. I think it was during this Corona period.
Yeah.
We just lost him.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because I had a dream,
Mm-hmm.
I was prevailed by my electorate to vie.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also had that feeling that now this is it. The unlucky part was that we were vying with the wife of this the late politician.
Yes.
And now it attracted a lot of sympathy to the lady. And you remember, this is a person that got 2,000 votes out of 3,600, which we had vied during nomination time.
Yes.
Because we were at a party stage. This was somebody who was so loved, and then he has just gone mysteriously without being sick or something. Now, it was upon now the leaders of that area who asked the widow to vie for the seat. I remember every MP at the burial endorsed the lady. In fact, then the then deputy president, who now happens to be the president, publicly endorsed her. On the other side, we had Uhuru Kenyatta, whom also endorsed her by the virtue that he was vying using a Jubilee ticket and everyone. So I was actually fighting with a person who had been
backed by
all known politicians, from Sudi to Governor Mandago, then Governor Mandago, to Buzeki, one-time governor aspirant, the now president, the then president Uhuru Kenyatta. All of them had endorsed him or her. And it was also very costly. You can imagine when now this endorsement comes, and in a by-election is not typically like a normal election when everyone is free to vie. You know, and by-election is whereby you have very few elections happening in a country. So all the lights, all the camera are on you. All the light is on you. Because I remember that time we only, I think, 4 election by election which were happening at the same time. And Nakuru here and somewhere. And all of them wanted to show that they have their control. So all these politicians are backing one person against me.
You alone, man.
And they were mighty in terms of now the financial muscles. The then DP was a huge giant. Now the president. Also the president then, Uhuru Kenyatta, was also so big. The governor was there. Another governor aspirant, Buzeki, was also there, who were known for their kindness in as much as money is concerned. Now,
so it's like you were fighting a losing battle. Like for you, you felt like that.
I was fighting a battle which gave me, it helped me, but it was very tough. It was very tough. My guys fought a lot with the other camp, but I was just alone. I had even wanted to use a very small party for the reason that the other one was using a very known party, then Jubilee. I went for a small party known as TND, which was unknown because I believed I wasn't selling a party. I wasn't selling a party. I was selling my candidature, as opposed to selling the party and all that comes with that. So the election time, we faced a lot of challenges, wrangles. Our people are arrested left, right, and center. Our mobilizers were arrested. Others were put under home arrest. I remember one person who was known to be a great mobilizer, being surrounded by a fleet of government vehicles, security vehicles. So I lost. I lost. But again, it was meant to be that way. I again accepted, despite the fact that I had lost in such a circumstance where the security agency were working against you. But I accepted.
Did they ever call you, like even the opposition, like the people who were fighting, to put you on the table? Like they say, okay, you stop. We don't want you to do this. Let Mama go with this and everything.
My, everyone was calling. Everyone was offering money. All MPs were calling.
Telling you, just leave this
thing. I remember even a one-time cabinet secretary from Central Kenya used to call me a lot just to convince me to leave it out. It had reached a time where I was seen to be fighting against all the bigwigs, and now the public loved me.
And you don't want to let the public down, because even them, that they'll kill you. Yes.
If you leave, they'll kill you. If in an instant you come and say that I've decided to abandon you, now you're speaking to the electorate. For the reason that I've been prevailed upon by a given CS or deputies, governor or speaker or something, or president, they'll lynch your life, because they had given you that support for free. When you get into negotiation, the one thing that will get into their mind is that you've been bought, you've been given cash.
Okay, yeah, now I understand why. Yes.
So you will have benefited irregularly using their own support, which they gave you for free. Then use that support.
So you just have to go until the end.
I did. I remember even after the election, I went to take all my cards in the police station, and all the police were laughing, and there was no case. After election, 4 days after election, now I went and collected them from the police station. And you have to be mindful that they were arrested just maybe for being seen. It was just a matter of intimidation.
Intimidation, yeah.
So that you don't mobilize your people. Your people get to be scared.
So this time round, did you get a bit more than what you got before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it means like you added like people.
Yeah, I added. I did well.
Okay.
I did well. So I was number 2.
Yes.
And I wrote a long tweet and tweeted, and I thanked my people. I thanked everyone, including those who
went against
orchestrated our suffering, including the security apparatus. And I told them to expect something more, because it was just a matter of time. It was 1.5 years to election, now the main election. So by then I knew very well that in a general election, no politician will never come to aid another one. In terms of monetary.
Okay, yeah, because that was because of the death of the former. So you had a by-election, like it was a small one.
Yeah, a small by-election. So I knew monetary, no one will aid you monetary. If it's the president, he'll be having another challenge. If it's the deputy president, he'll be seeking to become the president or something. The governor will be seeking to become a senator or anything related to that. So I knew an election will be alone with the incumbent.
So the election after 1.5 years. So did you? So after now, she became the MCA now. Did you go back to the drawing board now? You and your team now. You started planning for that 1.5 years, because now you are waiting for the general election, or how did you know the way you are going to win this now? Because this time I think it was your last time. You said like you are going. Was it your last time you are saying like, I'm trying. If I don't get this one, I'm not going to try again? Or for you, you just knew you are going to try and try and try until the end?
Yes, I knew I'm going to try again. Also, my people are there. For a politician, you'll try as much as you can. There are people who have tried for 5 times, and each and every time they fail, they have to wait for 5 years. So for 5 years, they have been active politically. So I knew I'll vie.
What was the strategy for you?
I knew I'll vie. I had a good name.
Yes.
Which had emanated from the by-election.
Yes.
You see, by-election, I had suffered under the hands of the then system.
So tell guys first, sorry for cutting you there. Still, even if you are doing, it's not like you used to come only during elections. You used to do things under like mashinani, ulikuwa unafanya vitu bado. Even if you lose, still, even wamama, they used to come to you even if you are not vying for anything, and you used to help them, yeah? For you is a politician mwenye anakuja tu sikia.
Even before being elected, during the whole period, I was with the people each and every time. I used to run a foundation, which is still active, but then it used to help, which still does. It used to help the vulnerable kids actually attain basic education, and if they attend basic education and does well, I used to sponsor them all the way to university and college. So by the time I was vying, I had close to 30 students whom I was fully paying with my own money, my private money. So I think that also touched a lot of people. Having known that I have never gotten enough votes to propel me to be an MCA, that again proved to the electorate that I was not only after the political seat, but I was also after the welfare of the people, the kids. You could get some people in the ghetto having A's, while you'll get them with drugs, for the reason that their fee has become a total constraint. Back down, if you're known to help one person, even with the bare minimum, whom the society desires to see him being helped, then it does touch a lot of people. You help one, then 10,000 people see, which is still costly, but you sacrifice. And you don't do it for the reason that you just want votes. Because they actually, as I said, the electorate are so clever. You know, they'll be able to see actually what is it that you desire. A lot of goodies does come up when we are in an election nearing period. But there's this period where there's no election, there's no politics, and someone is very much alive, helping the society, solving issues in the society. So the electorate will keep that in mind, and when the due time comes, and everyone rushes with his own goodies for the sake of votes, then gets to see that electorate have already made up their mind. Yes.
So came 2022. Is it 2022 or 2022? 2022 elections. How did it go for you? Did you fail again?
2022 for me wasn't that struggle as compared to the by-election.
Yes.
But still, everything is a struggle. But it wasn't as compared. I vied using an opposition party, but then we wanted to be the ruling party
Yes.
under the leadership of Raila Amolo Odinga. And I knew very well that that is a place where the dominant party is now the ruling party, which happens to be UDA. But from my own way and thinking of life, I knew that I'm selling my candidature. It's about my branding. It's about how I stay with people, what I do with people, what are my intentions, because they'll be clearly seen against just having a party. And at the end of the day, a party is just a vehicle to help someone propel into leadership. So I could avoid using any party, But because of my love with Baba Raila Odinga, I opted just to vie and support him as well.
Yeah.
And he also supported us, because in this election, it's a give situation. During the last days, he could come to our place and ask for votes in our favor, which actually helped us. While also that other party did the same. Yes. So that is how it went. I managed to get like 800 against 6,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so the first time I was vying, I had 600. The second time I vied, I got 1,200.
Yes.
That time I got 800. So the growth is still constant. It has been
going up.
Now I was vying against also now the incumbent.
Yes. Wow.
Who still passed some time back. Still may she rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Okay. So, Baba, after that, there's one thing I wanted to ask you about, because actually, viewers, Peter is here in Finland. He just came for a visit, to visit here for a few days and everything. So there was this thing that happened. We've been hearing about when something that happened in the Eldoret area for these guys who came to Finland and these students and everything. According to you, when you came here and you've seen everything, can you give us a small thing, how did you know about Finland and the way you've come here? What have you seen different, people living here and everything?
Okay. First, I came to this place, which is now in Europe.
Yes.
Finland is in Europe for business purpose, my private business purpose. As I said, as a politician, you will need to be making money privately, for the reason that there are a lot of issues to be sorted out by money, which is insufficient when you're elected. You know for a fact that an MCA, for example, gets a pay of 130,000, which tax is still inside.
Yes.
The amount, I find it to be so little, in the sense that all the responsibility are on you. You have to sort wedding, people wanting to marry, you sort them out. Funerals, you sort them out. And me, having come from a very populated place, you can imagine how many funerals are going to be attended by the leader. And that's your civic duty you have to do. We are also paying fees for some students, in which we are grateful that the bursary has been able to sort them. While 90% of our beneficiary from Wanjohi Foundation, we pay for them using our private finance, which basically means that you need money for your sustenance as a politician. when you're elected, you should know that you never went to that office to look for money. Otherwise, you'll be shocked. On an example is on a typical Sunday when you can be having like 10 harambes combined with the funerals, in which you give out 5,000.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 10, that's 50,000.
Okay, so you have
So
to have
50,000
your
on
place,
a single.
yeah.
Let us even say you just spend one Saturday. So times 4 is 200,000 just on Harambe.
Yes.
You haven't touched on your supporters. You haven't touched.
That's why I can't be a politician.
Everything.
A politician is a calling. People become politicians because they called.
You haven't touched on the fee that you pay, which is so huge.
Yeah.
For university students, sometimes you pay 100,000 for one.
So for you, you just came. You came to Finland for your own business.
So I just came for my own business.
How have you seen it so far?
And one, I used to hear about Finland, and I knew that I'll go look for opportunities. And luckily, I'm here. And we had earlier done a petition which was brought to County Assembly, because we are also tasked with oversight role as a County Assembly. We had done a petition that was touching on Finland students, in which money and funds were misappropriated, money belonging to families which were rudely misappropriated. And I'm saying rudely because it was a deliberate misappropriation. It was so bad. And we ended up having people who gave out their money, millions of money, and they have never set foot in here. Luckily, we had like 60 or 70% who paid their money and were able to be here. But there's a bunch of people who never saw they never set their feet in this place. We did our petition. We clearly it was highlighted. It was one of the best petitions that we've ever, as an assembly, handled. We gave out a detailed report, a report that indicted each and every person that misappropriated funds belonging to parents. In among them was now the current senator and others who are public servants. And for that reason, they were arrested and they are facing criminal trials in a Nakuru court. All of them were dragged to court. Because what actually happened should never happen to anyone.
Yeah, it's true.
You can imagine a person going to raise money from Harambe, a person selling land just for the sake of the success of his or her daughter, only to be told that money has been appropriated, money is missing, and to give out what explanation then will you then be having? Telling someone that money has lost. Well, it was given out the other day. So, but luckily I'm able now to meet those students who are here, and I'm very happy that their progress is so big. They're actually doing a very good work in here, Finland. Many of them are still in school. I've talked to many of them. Many are working while they are studying. And I can see a good progress. I can see a very, very nice progress, because I'm made to understand that they can now pay their own fees. I even saw others driving their own vehicles. It's something which is good, which is good. Something which could not have happened well in Kenya. Deep down in it, that program, Finland Education Program, Overseeing Program, was a very noble program.
And actually, if it was followed very well, I think everybody who applied could have already come, but it's just because
it was a very noble program. It's only that now politicians wanted to benefit
from
wanted to place their hands in the cooking jar, and that was how they spoiled everything for other kids. Back then in Kenya, I would want to wish all those who lost their money all the best in their endeavors, because it's truly so painful. It's truly so painful. Others sold motorbikes, others sold cars, others sold land.
So is the government going to pay them back?
The government can never pay someone.
So for them, they are just going to go to
the reason that it was a private sponsored initiative. But they were conned by the then government of Uasin Gishu that actually that program was a government sponsored, while they are paying for each and every thing that should be paid by them, even the school fees. So I don't see how the government is, but at the end of the day, they have a cause of action against the government. I'll urge all of them, because I have a background in law, to actually approach our courts and sue the county government of Uasin Gishu in a civil matter, not a criminal matter, because they can never be paid by a criminal case. The criminal case will just jail those offenders, but they'll never get their own pay. But a civil jail will give them justice. Money will be paid. Money that was taken will be paid by the virtue that there will be a court order, having gone through a judicial process. So that's the course of action that they have. If there's anyone who hasn't gone to court, let them approach the small claim court. If the money paid is below 1 million, if it's above, they can go to the next available court and actually fight for their rights, because it's a painful thing.
Wow, it has been very nice to see you around here. We've walked around and everything, and today is your birthday. I want to wish you a very happy birthday, and continue enjoying staying in Finland. And I hope you'll come back and visit us.
I will anytime. I'll be having business here. Why not? Each and every time I'll be here. I'll be doing my business here. Each and every time I get my recess, because we do have some kind of recess in between our terms. That's when maybe I'll be checking in and out, and I find this place to be so cool. I find this place to be having so.
Yeah, you should come back during winter. You should come back during winter. So I want you to give us one last advice that you can advise any business person, any politician who wants to become a politician, even if it's about coming to Europe, like something that you can give, and you can look straight to the camera, and you can just and talk to your people, Huruma Ward people. Yes.
One thing that I'll let my people from Huruma and the entire country, one for the leader, for the business people. Everything starts from a scratch. A kid will one day become an adult. You'll never set your feet to a university school without going through a nursery and getting through the elementary process of it. Those are steps. In between those steps, there lies the virtues of discipline, the virtues of honesty. And a businessman who is not honest will never succeed, for a fact. Because you're dealing with your image. Trust in God. Be hardworking. And most of all, be disciplined. And the Bible also tells us that who despises the days of his small beginning Who is it? The Bible tells you that you'll be having a small beginning, but your days will be great. To my fellow politician, just know that you've been given the duty to serve by the Almighty God. You might be doing things which are not punishable by law, or you might be thinking that you're the most cleverest person on earth by the virtue of you doing the wrong things while in office, while undermining the greater public. But again, the creator of the universe sees everything. And they say Kama is a beach. Yes, it is. And also Article 1 of the Constitution does say that the sovereignty power belongs to the people. We, the people, the power can be exercised directly through representatives such as us. One can be exercised indirectly through them. The indirect part of power being exercised is what you just saw on the streets by the Gen Z. They decided to exercise and occupy parliament indirectly, and that is provided by the Constitution. We, the people, keep minding the affairs of the people. Thank you.
Okay.